Fiorentina was yesterday, it's Albion Rovers today, and we've certainly been hit by a dose of reality. Let's get into the episode. Welcome back. Since you were last with me for the East Fife game where we lost 4-1, and we'd had this hideous run both in the friendlies and the Premier Sports Cup, we were playing championship clubs, so this is quite a step up for us. But it's taken a little bit of a turn, so we won 2-0 at Elgin City, Donnelly scoring again. Our new signing, another person we've added now, Ryan Stott. He scored and has done well. He scored again in the Cowdenbeath game. But we did lose to Annan where no one scored. I'm not sure that we had our new signing quite yet in this game. Oh, we did. He didn't play well. Neil did Donnelly. In comparison to my Fiorentina save, the games don't come quite as quickly. We generally get about 7 days between games, which is an absolute luxury. And the next game that we're going to show in this episode is Kelty Hearts. Kelty Hearts are currently flying high at the top of the league, followed by Stirling, Annan, and then us. We are just creeping into this playoff zone at the moment, and even developing a bit of a gap between us and 5th. But with only 6 games played, I don't think we can read too much into that. It has not changed the media prediction for where we will end up. We're still 150-1, which seems a bit extreme, and so far things are moving in the right direction. So on to the transfers. I believe it was McVeigh was the last one to go out in the previous video. We have continued to loan out some of the youngsters. Kasul, our right back, goes out. Fernie, our 19-year-old centre back, goes out too. Lucas Sandberg, the goalkeeper, he's heading off for a loan to Lothian Thistle. And Daniel Moran, our 20-year-old right back, also heads out to Whitehill. All these teams are in lower leagues than us, so hopefully they get a bit more game time there. The only real addition we've made since the previous video so far is Ryan Stott. He's 32 years old. I wouldn't really advise normally saying 32 years old, but he's been very good since he came on trial. He has a little bit of pace left in him, good dribbling, determination, decisions and composure, and I think because we have such a young squad, he's going to add a little bit of experience in there and hopefully let us develop those young players in the games to come. We're also currently waiting on the Scottish Cup to be drawn. I think that is the second game we'll come back to in this episode, so in between Kelty Hearts we'll play Forfar, Stanweer and Elgin off the camera and we'll come back for a Scottish Cup tie. And hopefully we're doing quite well in here, but we shall see. Let's get on to the Kelty Hearts game. Our usual winger, the 15-year-old Gary McKenzie, is actually not fully fit at the moment, so we have to bring in Docherty to play in his position. He's a little bit older, not quite as good a current rating, but hopefully he can do a job in there. Everyone else is doing quite well for fitness, but we have sent out all these players to go into under-18s to just build up their sharpness, and hopefully that's going to make a difference. But enough talking, let's get into this Kelty Hearts game, find out how we actually rate against top of the table at the moment. That's going to give us a good indication of where we can expect to finish this season. And if you're looking forward to this episode, please get a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. So we kick off this game, and it's actually Kelty Hearts who have the first chance. It comes from a corner, and they get it in straight away. It's literally within 4 minutes they have taken the lead. I think it's just really poor defending. Austin at the near post heads it in. The goalkeeper starts trying to save it the wrong direction. The cross comes into Higginbottom, and I believe that is a push, which is going to give them a penalty within 5 minutes of this game. This could be quite an embarrassing result, and they do go 2-0 up. Where scores it. It's his first goal of the season. They have made an absolutely flying start. We knew this was going to give us a bit of an indication of how we're going to fare against these top teams. It doesn't bode well. They confidently play it back to the goalkeeper, who plays it along to Austin, who manages to get his head on it to Cardle. Again, really nice ball to Higginbottom, and he scores again. We've got 12 minutes gone. We are 3-0 down. We're at home. We are struggling. I think we have to go cautious and possibly go with more of direct counter-attack here. We do have a problem in defence. We've got Mccormick in there, but he's very slow. You can see he's only got a 6.5 rating. Our goalkeeper plays it out, but it's just given straight back to them again. 22 minutes gone. This could be a very, very embarrassing result. Higginbotham down this right hand side. He gets across in. Austin is there. The goalkeeper saves that one, but Cardle's in at the back post. 4-0. Well, we had actually taken a little bit of a pause on this save, and it's quite a welcome back. Things were looking good before we took the break. They don't look so good now. All of our players are absolutely awful. Tidsler now for free kick. Benny just about saves it, but not very well. We don't, I was going to say we don't have a good goalkeeper, but he's actually got a really good rating, but today he's let absolutely everything bounce off him, putting them into the worst positions possible. He could have palmed that out to the left and no one would have been there. Instead he palms it out to the right, where they've got 4 players. We're 5-0 down now, half an hour played. We seem to have a free kick in their side, and Wilson puts that into the corner. A little bit of a consolation for this first half. Not sure we really deserve anything, but I'm grateful we actually managed to score 1. At the moment they are sitting pretty at the top of the league. When they win this game they're 18 points clear at the moment. And just as I watch on, Austin gets into the head that from this throw-in. Higginbotham again involved. Linus looked like he was going to get it, didn't. Bar Jonas passed it to Ngwenya. Ngwenya gets it in, and Austin scores. It's a great header actually, it goes in off the bar. Not much the goalkeeper can do. He needs his defence to do a lot better than that. I have to bring on Wilson for that defensive spot. Mccormick has been awful. This was another trial game for him, and I don't think we're going to keep him on after his trial ends. We need to find another defender if we can. But at the same time, we really need to offload it from the wage bill. So we're a little bit stuck this season. Our other new signing, David Smith, is actually having a really poor game. We can see here that Kelty Hearts haven't really allowed us to play much. We've been stuck really compact. Our wingers haven't been able to get involved. It's been a very defensive game. So we'll make 2 changes. We'll bring off Mccormick, we'll bring on Lewis Wilson. And we have brought off Doherty, who's one of his first matches to be played in. We've brought on Declan Byrne. After such a successful save with Fiorentina, it's quite a back to reality here with Albion Rovers. Just as we say that, Kelty Hearts score yet another goal. It's 7-1. Biabi got it here, just outside our box, and it's a great shot. But 19 shots I've had, 12 of them have been on target, and we're being punished. Just going to bring on some fresh legs for some of our good players, who are going to perform better against more closely matched teams than Kelty Hearts. They're definitely well above us in terms of their standard. Thought they were going to score again there. There's a bit of panic happening in defence. Very simple ball there. We tried to play over the top of the defence, but they weren't silly to it. They did well. So comfortable in possession. We're making Kelty Hearts look like Barcelona here. Bar Jonas to Mikasin, who tries a shot, and I think he actually hit the bar. That is a tough one to take. We never looked, at any point in that game, we never looked good. And we have paid the price. Both our wing backs were really awful, as was Mccormick, who's here on trial, so I think we can safely say that he has failed his trial. We won't be pursuing him. He wasn't particularly very good anyway. I'll show you his ratings afterwards. That result still leaves us in 4th place, which is quite respectable. Stranraer, who are just below us, they lost their game. Cowdenbeath won there, so they've came up to 6th place. And Elgin City drew with Annan. Annan's 2nd and Elgin in 8th. So that's quite a good result there for Elgin. Now we can see why we are 150 to 1 to get relegated this season. Even though I don't have the lower league installed. So if that did happen, it would be an automatic sacking. Let's hope that does not happen. The aim in this one's to try and take them all the way to the top and win the Premier League. We have a bit of a task in our hands. So I'll show you Darren McCormick's stats. He's actually a little bit older. He is 32. And in terms of stats, he's actually relatively decent for our level. He's an experienced centre back. He's got quite good mental stats, and for this level he's also got good technical stats. So at 3-star he should have been quite good, but in the games that he has played we have only got a 6.43 average rating from him. He's had one game where he's been a 6.9, kind of 2 average performances and 1 really awful performance. But we can't be comparing ourselves at this point against Kelty Hearts. This is probably just beyond us. In saying that, it looks like Kelty Hearts won the Lowland League, which is the one below, got promoted last season, have come up, suddenly are top form to go up again. Where are they predicted in the league here? Let's have a look. Yep, they're well expected to go up, so they must have a bit of money. Let me check the general information. Yeah, the finances are okay, which is pretty good for this. And he loves the club. I'm not sure what's happening here, but they are expected to go up this season. They look well beyond us, even though they've just been promoted. So I'll play the Forfar, the Stranraer and the Elgin games off the camera. We'll come back for whoever we get in the Scottish Cup. I have just been tinkering with the set pieces before I move on to any future games as well. I'll just make a point of note that I had to change my defenders to make sure that they were marking. So I had a couple of my actual defenders not in the box marking players, but instead they were out in the wall. I'd advise that you get all your tall defenders that are good at marking back in here to defend against this and any balls that they put into this zone. So I've got all mine back now, so I've got 6'2", 6-footer, 5'10", probably one of the shortest ones. No, 5'9's one of the shortest ones. 6'1", all back. I have the rest in the wall and a striker who can go forward. Just a little bit of tinkering. So I would check your set pieces as well if you're conceding a lot of goals from set pieces. I believe we actually conceded a couple in the last match from set pieces. It'd be good to improve them. It's Scottish Cup time and we got East Kilbride. East Kilbride are quite a young club, founded in 2010. They're in the league below us, the Lowland League. Semi-professional, just like us. Whatever we were doing right in this point here, we need to find out what we were actually doing here again. We've not been on quite as good a run. We had a draw against Stranraer, a win against Forfar, and a loss against Elgin. This one hurts because Elgin were in the lower half of the league at this point. But we'll move on to the EK game. Form has dipped quite a lot for a few of these players, so Smith has really been quite bad at the back. Bring back in Linus in there. We've brought in Doherty at left back instead of Smith, who had been playing in there. And I'm just getting a bit tempted now to start bringing on the youngsters in the league games and just developing them. We've got players who are really just not pulling their weight anyway. And I'm going to try Moniz in that forward role. In fact, we're going to try him. Yeah, I'll try him in that forward role just for Donnelly in this game. I would hope that we'd be able to beat a team in the Lowland League on our current form. That's not exactly a guarantee. I would have even liked to have been able to play some more of the youngsters in this actual game, but we need to try and win this one. We do have a corner to start the game, and El Zubaydi gets in to head it, but he puts it over the bar. We started quite well. Linus Zubaydi with a 7.0 rating, but we haven't put any goals in, and we haven't had that many chances. A throw in from us on the left hand side, but Brennan easily collects that. We get a header from the goal kick. McVeigh puts it out to Linus on this right hand side. Gets it into Wilson, back out to Linus. He continues down this right hand side, gets the cross in. Mackenzie is there, but he puts his header just wide of the post. We may need to bring our top scorer back into this game soon. Get the ball into the box again. Linus, chance to cross in. He does. Mackenzie. Again, he tries to header it. Puts it over the bar. Getting a lot of throw-ins on this left hand side. Got Riley come down here. Doctor gets the cross in. Stott puts it again just wide. That's about 4 attempts from headers we've had lately. Each one's either went over the bar or just wide of that post. We will bring on our top scorer with 9 goals so far this season, Donnelly. I think Mackenzie has to come off too. We'll bring on Byrne. We'll take a more positive approach. It may be that we're just giving them a little bit too much respect and we have to go at them a little bit. But it's their opportunity to come at us now. We've got Wild, Miller, Finlay. Back into Miller. Victoria up front. Out to Finlay again. Plays it down this left hand side. They've worked this well so far. They get the cross in. Elliott is there. He puts his header wide. We just about did enough. So now let's throw in on this left hand side. Not quite as far forward though. We have to work our way down. Donnelly gets his first touch. Wilson. In our own defence now, El Zubaydi. Out to Linus. Down to Stott now. We are getting closer to the goal. McVeigh tried to play ball back into Stott. It's picked up by Wild. He plays a long ball forward. We do clear it, but another long ball comes forward. This time, a little bit of ping pong happens. Stott picks it up. He runs direct down this right hand side. Back into Riley, who plays it into Byrne. He shoots, but Brennan's equal to the shot. It's going to be a corner. Riley fires this corner into the near post. It's a poor effort. Brennan collects it, quite simple. Goalkeeper fires it long, but Stott picks it up again. Donnelly plays the ball through to Byrne. He's in, but he can't get past to Brennan. Brennan's been absolutely huge in that goal so far. We get the corner. Again, it's a simple one for Brennan, who picks it up. 22 chances we've had so far. We haven't been able to take any of the 10 that we've put on target. Linus on this right hand side to Stott. Plays the ball into the box. I think we're going to have to try less of those corners. I'm just going to add work into the box, play a little bit narrower in the hope that we can take some of those chances that we've had. I want to have him, my inside forwards, play a little bit narrower again. We do have a chance here. Riley, again, it's a cross in to Stott. He's in their box. Linus gets a chance, but it's well defended. Simply haven't been that good from the crosses today. We've had plenty of them and not been convincing. This is a nice ball through to Donnelly low, and he does score. Our top scorer gets yet again. That's his 10th goal of the season. He's been absolutely crucial to where we are in the league at the moment. And boy do we need him. Lovely through ball there to Donnelly. When it's at his feet, he is deadly. 80 minutes gone, we are 1-0 up. I'm going to bring on my final sub. Bring on Leslie for a bit of game time. What a save that was by Bernie. Looked like it was going into the far corner. And he got a hand to it and threw it out. We then defend it quite well. But a long ball goes to Stevenson, who has another chance to bring it forward for EK. But Benny collects it again. I did just call him Bernie, but he is Benny. Don't take a break from your save, I think, is the lesson here. We were doing well before I took the break, and EK get another chance there. It's almost a goal, but Benny does save it. We've needed him in this game. It's been very close. We've not been in the best form going into this. We can't tell what kind of form because EK aren't in a league which we've got loaded. But we do get the result. Donnelly played an 8.1 blinder. Stott and Wilson back to their best. McVeigh and all our back four done well there. Still quite a few of the lowland teams left in this, so we could be able to progress to the next round, depending on who we get. We got 4k for that, a massive 4k for a victory. And we leave this episode with a win, and that sees us go through to the third round of the Scottish Cup. And as Annan are just above us, I think we'll show the Scottish Cup third round game and Annan in the next episode. I think what I know now is that we have a lot of work to be done at this team if we are going to get promoted, and it's likely not to be this season, going by just the results which we've had, unless we do some major improvements come the halfway point. I think Kelty Hearts are way above us. It's going to be interesting to see how we get on against Annan when that game does come up. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please get a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.